Hey guys, how's it going? This is Tim, bringing you guys Daily Deals with Tim, where I talk about the latest news and deals on cryptocurrency, all for you guys. And before I begin, this is my personal opinion and not financial advice. And today, I want to talk about the Lisk relaunch and kind of the basics of it from my point of view. So I'm not going to go through every single detail, but I'm just going to try to give you guys a big picture of what this relaunch was and what came out of it and what's going to happen or going on in the future. What are the goals and kind of features of Lisk going forward? Now, one of the big thing about Lisk that I've realized is that they are huge on marketing. So if you think about Lisk, a lot of their efforts go towards marketing. And while their products are technologically solid, but I just simply from my point of view, I don't go into too much programming or too much GitHub knowledge, so I cannot kind of access that kind of area. But looking at it from my point of view, which with the applications built and everything considered, Lisk definitely is way ahead on marketing compared to other projects out there. So they're huge on marketing, they're huge on making Lisk accessible for the public and for developers. Now, whether this will be successful, I don't know, but that is their goal. And one thing that they changed with the relaunch is their logo. As you can see here, I really like the logo. It has the obelisk shape, but very simple and kind of catchy. So I do like the shape or the logo. And also they have created a new website. It is lisk.io, same website name, but completely different. And they have some color schemes that they changed with the different shades of blue and the orange like red color. I do like these kind of change-ups, and definitely from a kind of a professional user experience / user interface, I think Lisk is going for that easy accessibility, and I'm liking it so far. And so your blockchain made simple, as they have the application layer, the sidechain layer, and the main chain. Going on, they basically go on about different terms such as blockchain, what's cryptocurrency, what's decentralization, and as you go further down the website, it becomes more detailed. And there is Max Kordek, the CEO, and Oliver Beddoes. And you can see the development activity on GitHub. I believe Lisk has one of the most kind of extensive GitHub activity. So that's something good to note. Also, they have a large amount of social media outlets, such as Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, Instagram, YouTube, and going on forward. So this is the Lisk website. There's a lot to see here. So if you guys want to check it out, it's lisk.io. Now, for the products, what kind of features did they release with the relaunch? Now, Lisk wants to create an ecosystem through Lisk. And they want to kind of be like Ethereum, but instead make everything easy and accessible for everyone. And a couple of the tools that they created is the Lisk Commander, which is the CLI to Lisk core APIs. So this is more for technical people. I'm not too big on this, but they also have the Lisk Hub, which is a all-in-one solution to Lisk to manage your Lisk ID, access and send Lisk token, as well as vote for delegates. Now it combines the wallet, blockchain explorer, and in the future it will feature a decentralized exchange and a sidechain registration and ability to launch your own ICO. So Lisk Hub is probably the biggest feature that they released because they combined all these things together into a all-in-one solution. Now, I think Lisk Hub is a great product. I haven't tried it out yet, but I did try it out a couple of times, but I wasn't too deep into it. But it seems like just the user interface looks very nice. The color schemes are very nice, and they have a bunch of functions together into this one giant pot. Now, as I look at this Lisk hub, there is a project that really reminds me of that they're kind of doing similar in, and it is Waves. Now, Waves platform kind of does similar to Lisk hub in that you could create your own coin. They also have a decentralized exchange. I don't know if they have a sidechain. That might be a little different from Lisk, but I know that you can access and send tokens in Waves. And I believe they have, I don't know about their voting or staking features, but that's something else. But just a general idea of it, kind of similar to Waves. But Lisk definitely has differences in that they have the depot system, and also they have sidechain registrations. So Lisk Hub is pretty cool. I'm liking it so far. Also, they have the Lisk Core in that you could set up a full node to support the network. However, I believe you have to be part of the 101 delegates in order to receive rewards for supporting the network. So it's good for the delegates. Lisk Elements, collection of libraries, shared cryptography, API representation. Again, more for the technical people. They also have the Lisk Nano, which is a light client. I believe they're going to get rid of this soon, but for now, it's going to be an option for the users. They also have an SDK release, a sidechain development kit, in which is going to feature the network, accounts, blocks, API transactions, and consensus. So basically, just a kit to be able to build your own sidechain using these different kind of tools. So good for new projects that want to build on top of Lisk. Now, also, they have released the Lisk Academy, which is kind of like a classroom or course type in discussing about blockchain and different terminologies, and also what Lisk is doing to kind of help or build the cryptocurrency ecosystem. Also, they have events to kind of connect with all the community. Now, Lisk has done an Asia trip in which they went to, I believe, China, Japan, Korea, and in India. I believe that was a huge marketing push from the team, and I think it worked out very well. And so far, they're doing a lot of community meetups all around the globe. So just coming from the marketing perspective, they're doing a really great job reaching out to people and spreading the word about Lisk. And you could also join in these blockchain meetups where you talk about Lisk between like-minded people, and you can join the community through these kind of means. So that was a huge, not huge, but a lot of information at once. You could definitely go back to what I said and kind of go through it slowly because I went through it pretty fast. But at least from my perspective, this is what was very important during the relaunch. I know that they're kind of trying to build like a city or like an ecosystem based on Lisk through these tools, through the community, and through the developers, kind of everyone coming together to build this thing called Lisk. Now, at least for me, I do think Lisk is a good long-term project because they are doing very well on marketing and getting people to know about Lisk and what it is, and kind of getting people together to join on this journey. However, one thing that I'm still concerned about is the Lisk delegate system, because the more I go through it, everything is kind of lines up very, very well together, except for the delegated proof of stake. I still think that kind of centralized system is going against the motto or the kind of the shared idea of cryptocurrency, because decentralization has to be at the core to start. But I think for Lisk, they're making a compromise of decentralization in order to kind of have this ecosystem. And the 101 delegates, this is simply my opinion, but I think what Lisk is trying to do is kind of have a stable delegates that doesn't really change but helps secure the network, which is kind of like a central server in a sense. And you have seen the Lisk elites and different kind of groups that tries to hold their positions in the delegate system. I've talked about them, and nothing has changed ever since. People try to replace some of the delegates, but it hasn't worked. And it's just kind of like a gray area for me. So coming from a decentralized perspective, I think Lisk has a lot more room to grow. But again, coming from a business and marketing perspective, they're doing a great job. So there has to be a checks and balance between the goods and the bads of a project. But for Lisk, I'm kind of on the neutral side, although I think they'll do a fantastic job going forward. I'm kind of leaning in the middle right now. But that's for a lot of projects for me. Yeah, I mean, other than Bitcoin, everything is kind of in the middle-ish area, maybe leaning more towards good than the bad. But yeah, well, that is it for my perspective on the Lisk relaunch. If you guys have any questions, please put them below. And also, if you guys want to support the channel, check out the links below, and I'll really appreciate that. And as always, I'll bring you guys more deals on Daily Deals with Tim.